If you're anything like me, as a kid, I wanted to work because I wanted to make some of my own money so that I could buy some of my own stuff. And then now that I'm an adult, I have to go out into the world and get a job. But right now, guys, I'm not gonna lie, the job market is so cooked right now. The job market is absolutely terrible, and I'll go into detail why. And subscribe, as that would help me a lot. Now, during the summer, I would usually get like a part-time summer job, since that's a good way for me to make money on the side and also use that money towards my school and also save that money up and also use that money for useful things like getting a new computer, a phone, etc. And for the past 2 summers, it's been pretty simple, I would say, to get a job. But right now in 2024, the job market has never been worse. I go on Indeed, I go on LinkedIn, I post my resume, my cover letter to hundreds of job postings, but not a single one has even replied. And I've sent messages as well, letting them know that I'm interested, but not a single view, nothing. And I know I'm not just the only one. I'm sure a lot of you guys can also relate to this, but it's literally all AI at this point. Like, there's an AI bot that literally looks through your resume, and if you don't have the specific keywords and the things that they're looking for, they're literally gonna skip. You're not even gonna have a chance to interview. You're not even gonna have the chance to see your application. And it's like, I want to work, you know? I know a lot of older generations always call Gen Z like, oh, you're lazy, you always stay at home, you don't do nothing. But me personally, I don't mind working. Like, I actually want to work and put in the effort and get rewarded with some money. It's just that right now there's literally no opportunities, and the people who are hiring, they're probably going to choose their friend's buddy instead of you, because they don't know you. You're just a stranger for all they know. They're just gonna look at your resume. A lot of people rely on the resume. A lot of people say this and that. Oh, you know, I have over 5 years of experience in this field, and I have over 10 years of experience in this other field. And that's probably a bad thing to do, but even those people are struggling to find like entry-level jobs, entry-level jobs. If you just sort by entry level and you select no work experience needed, and you read through a lot of the job descriptions, they still say that they need like a minimum of 1 or 2 years of work. And it's absolutely crazy. And it's just not just the quote-unquote higher-end jobs. Like, you have jobs at McDonald's and Taco Bell and KFC, and there would be people hiring, and that lineup would go so long. There would be like 100, 200 people applying to these minimum wage jobs, because even the minimum wage jobs people are desperate for. And it's just mind-blowing, bro. Like, these days, like, it's so hard to actually find a job, and even a job that you actually enjoy. Oh man, like, that's gonna be another problem. And honestly, it's pretty unfair, because inflation is not going to go down anytime soon. It's still up. Oh yeah, sure, this year is like 2-3%, but you got to know that previous years, like, they were way higher, like 4, 5, 6%. The thing is, guys, jobs are only going to get harder and harder to find, because sure, inflation is only like 2-3% this year, but you got to realize that the prices haven't actually changed, and also our wages hasn't been accounted for and adjusted to where the inflation is. So you're still basically making the same amount while inflation keeps going up. The bills are still going to be coming in, meaning that you have to find a way to make money, or else you're not going to meet ends meet. And bro, people are living literally paycheck by paycheck these days. Like, the middle class is completely broken. People are actually broke these days, including myself. It just sucks, man. And honestly, I don't like to be lazy. Like, I like to work so that I have something to do with my free time. And when I'm working, I also get money so that I can reinvest that money into myself, so that hopefully in the future I don't have to work a 9 to 5. Because personally, I don't really like the idea of working at a 9 to 5. If I can, then I would love to make YouTube or starting a business or something like that to be what I want to be doing in the future. And right now, I technically have like a job, but I'm not getting a lot of shifts right now. So even when I do get the shifts, I'm only working maybe like 3-4 hours out of the day, whereas before I was actually working at a 9 to 5. And yeah, sometimes it was hard, but at least it was like a consistent schedule. I knew that I would be coming in 5 days a week working from 9 to 5, and boom, I would be getting a solid paycheck like this. But right now at the job that I'm doing, I'm not getting like consistent shifts, and I'm only getting like 3-4 hours, and it's kind of spread out throughout the day. So I'm not even getting that much consistent work on the basis. So guys, like, Gen Z, man, like, we are struggling out here, man. Like, we're not going to be able to afford homes in the future, and we're going to be living with our parents up until we're like late 20s, maybe even 30s. And it's crazy, because back then, people would just come into the office and just hand them their resume in person, and so they have that person-to-person connection. They would just look it over, and you would only be competing with maybe like 4 or 5 other people, and you would just be waiting right outside the door, and they would like knock and be like, hey, candidate 2, like, come in, let me let me let you know, oh yeah, you got hired for a job here, come in tomorrow. And then even like a little bit before that, like my parents told me that like once they graduate from university, they're already placed to their jobs. And I think maybe even when they get to university and they're already starting out their first year, they already have jobs lined up for them. But now it's harder than ever to find a job. And guys, if Gen Z is going to struggle this much, just imagine how much worse Gen Alpha is going to be. And now with all this new AI things advancing, like I don't even know if studying computer is worth it at this point. And I'm not saying it's not. Like if you're studying computer, keep going. But like a lot of these like computer worker jobs or like these office jobs, like I don't know what they do, but I'm just going to assume that they do maybe like 5-10 minutes of work and they can just let the AI take over after that. Because let's be honest, in the future, a lot of these jobs are literally going to get replaced by AI. So it's like, what are we going to do at that point, right? But there is an argument to be made that now essential workers are more important than ever, right? Those construction workers, those plumbers, and people who are working really hard with like the roads and stuff like that. I don't think the medical field is going to change because you still need people like operating. I don't think it's going to be for a long time when AI is going to replace that. But I don't know, maybe manual labor / manual jobs are the way to go. I know that they make quite a lot of money, but they also work like 12-hour, 10-hour shifts in a day. So if you're willing to trade that much of your day for money, then, you know, hey, go ahead. But, you know, I'm not even that strong, so I don't know what manual jobs that I can do. I probably wouldn't even last like a week. But with all that being said, I know that this video comes off as a lot of negativity and how, oh, the job market is cooked. And yes, partly it is. But guys, I don't want you to give up. Keep on trying, and there has to be a job waiting for you guys, because it took me a long time as well. But now I have a job, and yeah, it's not the best, but it's still something, right? So guys, keep on trying. Don't give up. There is going to be a job out there for you. And yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know if you have a job right now. Are you looking for a job? Anything and everything, I will read them in the comments. And if you stay till the end, just know that you are a real one. And I have more content coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And with that being said, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.